Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel. And welcome back to another episode of the Los Angeles Angels franchise here on MLB The Show 25. We pick up right where we left off in the last episode where we started our season. We didn't do very well in the first month and a week or two of the season. As you can see by our record, 15 and 24, good enough to be last in the AL West, which in like practice is probably for the best because it means next year we're going to have good odds to be the number one overall pick if we win the lottery in the offseason. So there's some good things to come of being this bad, at least early on. Obviously, a couple years from now, we don't want to be this bad, but the team is not that good. But we knew that going into the season. That's why I picked the Angels in the first place, among other reasons that I mentioned in the first couple of videos of the series. The real promise of this team probably comes down to Logan O'Hoppe, who is 25 years old, 79 overall. He's not having an amazing season, but he's not bad by any means so far. He is on a little bit of a cold streak right now, but he'll turn that around, I think. And then obviously our big prospect, Zach Neto, who's only 24 years old, already an 84 overall. He's hitting very poorly right now. But it's still early. We're still in the first 2 months of the year, so we still got a lot of time to turn this around. We can also dump off a lot of people if we need to, which is what I was mentioning in the last couple episodes. I mean, Reed Detmers has a 7.22 ERA. He is 0-4 right now. There might not be anybody that wants to take him on. Even if we could trade Zach Neto, Reed Detmers. There might not be anybody that wants them, but we certainly are going to dump a lot of our guys either before the trade deadline or at the trade deadline because it's just they're just not good enough, and we're not going to pay the. I mean, we're paying Anthony Rendon. We've already talked about this contract plenty of times. We're not going to bring him back. He's getting traded this deadline. Kikuchi is probably going to get traded. Soler probably going to get traded. He's only got a 2.75. Actually, you know what? He's hitting the best he's hit in his entire career. So maybe we keep Soler around. He's not getting paid that much money. Anderson is going to get traded once he comes back from injury, most likely. Stevenson's getting paid way too much money to not play. He's in AAA right now, so this team is going to look a lot different by the time we get to the end of the season. The trade deadline is going to be very important for us, and that's probably going to be in the next episode. We might get to the draft in today's episode, but the trade deadline along with the all-star stuff, that's probably going to be in the next episode where we probably finish off the season in that episode as well, because once we get past the trade deadline, there's not really much else to do except for, I guess, do some prospect stuff, which we probably will in that episode. Because if we take a look at the top prospect list by our organization, we've got a couple guys that I'm curious about, including our first-round pick in real life from last season, Christian Moore. So maybe in the end, Caden Dana I'm also intrigued by as well. There's a couple guys down here. So we might do that in the next episode after the trade deadline and all that kind of stuff, all-star break, all that kind of good stuff. The final episode of the season might be more so tailored toward the prospects because the big league club's probably not going to have much to do, if I'm being honest. So let's continue simulating here and get to a good old-fashioned scouting day. First jump-in opportunity, Ben Joyce is on the mound, who another guy that I have some high hopes for in the development of the team. He's taking on Fernando Tatis Jr. with Jackson Merrill and Rosario on base. We're up 5-4. I'm not going to jump in for this one. I believe in Ben Joyce, and I shouldn't have believed in him. We lose the game, although who knows if I would have been able to help. And now Garrett McDaniels, who I'm not familiar with, is in a tough spot. We lose that game as well. We get swept by the Padres, and we are on a massive, massive losing streak right now. And of course, it's always good when you have to jump in on a massive losing streak against the Dodgers. But we do win a game there, and Travis d'Arnaud is at the plate. We are down by 1 in the top of the 8th with 2 outs. Kevin Newman is at second, and Michael Fishman, is on first. Do we jump in here against Tanner Scott with 2 outs in the 8th? I mean, sure, why not? First jump in of the episode. All right, Travis d'Arnaud, who did just come back from injury at the beginning of this episode, he is here, and he is trying to get this game either tied or give us the lead here on the road against the Doyers. Can we get the job done? 2 outs, top 8, Tanner Scott on the mound, and I am just super late on that. He blew that by me without me even really trying. The Red Sox are potential trade deadline buyers, is what that just said on the bottom ticker. So, along with the White Sox, Nationals, Pirates, and Rockies. Oh, that's for sellers. I was going to say, how are the White Sox buyers of the deadline? But those are all potential sellers of the deadline as I swing and miss past that fastball. They should have added us to the list because we are 100% going to be selling at the deadline to whoever we can. We're still down by 1. We got a runner on first, and Nolan Schonel has arrived at the plate. Can we get the job done? Scott is still on the mound. And it looks like he leads the National League in saves this year with 15. So they must be putting all their faith in Tanner Scott, and he's delivering. That's a decent pitch to hit, and I was just a little bit early on the timing. I know it says it's in the good territory, but it's inching towards that early timing, and I just didn't feel like that was a good swing. But now we got Taylor Ward. All right, Taylor. 1 down in the inning. Runner on first. Taylor Ward, and I'm swinging. I'm not ready for the 99 speed. I'm simply not. I haven't played MLB The Show in a minute, and so I'm just not ready for the timing. But I should be ready for that one. How was I early on that? 98 miles an hour, and I missed it? I feel like I could have pulled that to left field and got the runner to third. And I swing and miss past the circle change. Man, the timing is off for me. The timing is off for me. But we got Mickey Moniak to the plate. 2 outs. Final chance for the Angels. Can we get the job done? Come on, Mickey. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You blow my mind. Oh, Mickey! Late on the fastball, and that will be the ball game. We will fall to the Dodgers. Yeah, it was kind of predictable. I can't get the timing down right now. I got to get back in the rhythm. It's unfortunate. Trout had a double, so did Rengifo. Both had doubles. Teoscar had a home run in that game for the Dodgers. All right, but we finally get to our first scouting assignment of the episode. We were looking at Joaquin Bonilla, Bobby Bonilla's kid, and he looks like he could be a solid player. He's right now ranked 15 by Major League Baseball, number 8 for us. He's got decent enough speed, good stealing potential, good arm strength for the outfield, really good contact. His power is okay. His vision discipline could be really good right out the gates. Joaquin Bonilla looks like a really, really good player. What about Isley Perez? We're still looking at him for the power. All right, so far at 65%, it doesn't look bad. And then Danny Perez, 2 Perez's, maybe they're brothers. Are they both from the Dominican? They are. Maybe they are brothers. Or cousins, at least. He looks like he could be a solid pitcher. We'll keep scouting him. I want to learn 100% about him. But I will take Bonilla off the board here to put somebody else on. We are picking at number 2 overall this year, so we're going to have the option to take a really, really good player, which is why I'm scouting so high in the draft. Obviously, we want to know what we're working with. I scouted James Ragsdale. He just doesn't look that good to me. That's why we stopped at 54%. We got Brian Zavala up to 80%. And again, he looks okay, pretty well-rounded. I don't know if he's my pick, though. Felix Cordero just doesn't have the bat that I'm looking for. I might want to scout him just to be safe. Kurt Early looks pretty good. We might want to scout him next. Although we got Eduardo Camacho with a really strong beard. Good contact and good speed at third base. I don't really see a lot of speed at third base, but I think I'm going to go with Felix Cordero. Was that right? Yeah, Felix Cordero for our next one, and then we'll replace one of these 2 Perez brothers with one of that middle guy we were looking at there. So let's keep simulating a series against the A's and the Yankee A's, and we are severely in trouble. And it looks like we split 2-2, so we're about the same, although we are a lot worse than they are. They're having a much better season than we are. We beat the Marlins, another team that has just got awful, and we beat them again. And it looks like they're even having actually, no, we're tied now. Or they have a game ahead of us. But it's another scouting day. We got all the way up to 80% on Felix Cordero. That's huge. And it looks like his bat is not going to be as good. He looks like he's probably going to be just strictly a draft pick based on potential, but he is already 23. That might throw me out of the race on him out the gates. Izzy Perez is probably going to be a good player. And then Danny Perez is not as good. I'm going to take Felix Cordero off the list. He's just not, he's 23 and he's just not as good as I want him to be. Kirk Early was the guy that I wanted to look at. So we'll switch him. I'm going to take Danny Perez off because he also just doesn't look that good. There's a lot of pitchers in here. Fernando Nunez, good speed, good contact. Kirk Dorsa, Mohamed Wilson, we got him up to 20%. We got 80 to 90 potential at 20%. I need to know. I'm going to scout him. I need to know if that's actually true or not. Because he could be a gem if we take him. Let's keep moving. Oh, first big trade of the year. Orioles get George Kirby from the Mariners for Adley Rutschman and Grayson Rodriguez. That's a massive trade. Oh, my God. Adley is now in Seattle. What about... Hold on. What about the dude? Hold on. I think I just saw that the Red Sox just called up the Roman Anthony or whatever his name is. Did he just get called up? I'm pretty sure that's what that said. Roster related. Roman Anthony. Yeah. Recalled from AAA. Yeah. So he's up on the big leagues. Oh my God! What a trade! The Angels or the Royals traded for Jack Leiter. Okay, some strange trades going. Rhys Hoskins goes to the Twins from the Brewers for Chris Paddock. What is happening? Grayson Rodriguez and Adley Rutschman for George Kirby. What about... Yeah, Cal Raleigh is the name I was thinking of. Why would the Mariners trade for Adley Rutschman? They have Harry Ford, who's a young prospect, and they also have Cal Raleigh. But now they have Adley Rutschman. That seems really weird. They must be wanting to trade Cal Raleigh, I guess. He's still got arbitration for 2 more seasons before he's a free agent. I don't know. I mean, and they give up one of their top starting pitchers? They get Grayson Rodriguez back, who's not that good? Strange move for the Seattle Mariners. Getting a guy, I feel like you could have got somebody like, you have a need at third base, you have a need at second base, a first base, you have a need at a lot of other positions. Catcher was probably the least of your worries, and you get Adley Rutschman. Seems like a very strange trade, but that is what they do. All right, whatever. Not my problem. We keep simulating, and we're beating the Yankees. Oh no, we only beat them one time. Taking on the Guardians. Kikuchi is injured, but he'll be back before the trade deadline, so another scouting day. How are the scouts looking? 82 to 97 at 50%. He is going to have really good potential. Mohamed Wilson, he's not ranked by Major League Baseball right now. We could get him in the 2nd or 3rd round. That could be a super steal. We did get Izzy Perez up to 100%. He might be my 2nd overall pick. He's 6'3". He's got 81 to 96 potential. He's got the power that I'm looking for. He could be my 1st round pick. I am very excited about him. Very, very excited about him. Who do I want to replace in the scouting, though? Who do I want to replace? Do I want to go for Eduardo Camacho? He just doesn't seem like he's going to have the pop. But if we get a catcher with pop, then we might not need everybody to have it. I just wish more prospects had power. It just feels like you never get anybody with power. That pitcher looked pretty good. So does this pitcher. It looks like the pitchers are going to be amazing in this class. The potential in these pitchers is out of this world. These two right here, Jason Dickinson and Josh Garcia, both look to be pretty solid. So let's start with Jason Dickinson. We'll keep Mohamed Wilson scouting. We'll keep Kirk Early because he also, starting pitcher, looks pretty good. So we've got a couple options that I'm intrigued by right now. Let's keep moving on, though. Kikuchi's back. Are we in Boston? Yeah, we're in Boston. 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Joe Adell's at the plate. Runners on the corners. It's a tie game. I feel like, we're in Fenway. I gotta jump in, right? Joe Adell in Fenway. What could be the final out of the game unless he gets on base here and gives us the lead. Starts with a swing and a miss over the cutter. A little bit too early, and I'm still working on the timing. Don't worry. I'll get it eventually. Probably not in this episode, but I'll get it eventually. I got good timing on that cutter. I just was a little bit underneath it and missed it. Come on, Justin Slayton. Oh, I chipped that to second base, but that is going to be the final out of the game. Even Joe Adell's speed can't get it. Actually, not the final out of the game. We're tied. I don't know what I'm saying. But I'm going to get a chance to do it again. Kevin Newman, top of the ninth, runner on first and second. Slayton is still out there, but it's Kevin Newman who's hitting 184 on the year. And Kevin Newman will end the inning. Ooh, nice little float from the shortstop there, Trevor Story. Pretty crazy. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. We will simulate the half inning and go try to get this done with Michael Fishman. We got a runner on second, the ghost runner. 0 for 4 for Trout today. Gross from Mike Trout. But that's a beautiful hit, and that's 1 for 5 in the depths of center field. That'll give us a 3-2 lead. Of course, it had to be the veteran. It had to be the veteran Mike Trout. The greatest angel of all time. He's done it. And they're pulling Slayton after like 4 innings. They bring in Brennan Bernardino. I don't know who that is, if I'm being honest. Oh, Travis d'Arnaud, that was a meatball. And I just missed it. A curveball high in the zone. I mean, that floated for years. And I just missed it. Okay, that's fine. I think Roman Anthony caught that one. If he's starting out there in center field. Logan O'Hoppe. With a chance to extend our lead, give us an extra insurance run. Ooh, just outside. Just a bit outside. And it's a 1-0 count. Can O'Hoppe deliver? Ooh, just missed the curveball. Okay. Just missed the curveball just a little bit early. Come on, O'Hoppe. Something off the green monster would be beautiful. It'd be delicious. And I was a little bit late on that. I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest with you. I was looking at other things. Come on. Give me something to hit. Again. I chopped it, but it's not going to move Trout. It's going to be another out. Okay, that's fine. 2 outs. We have our lead. Shawnnell, do I have... Hold on. Where's my... I got to call timeout. Where's my... They changed the way that you do all this stuff. We need to make sure that our closer is ready to go. Who's our closer? It's not Quijada. Sam Bachman, McDaniels, Suarez. Where'd my closer go? Is our closer not here? I guess it's Quijada. I don't know. Strange. Whatever. Sinker, give me a sinker, please. Come on, Nolan. Ooh, super early on that one. Super early. 77 miles per hour. Comes in so slow. That one is got a chance. Get there. Nope. Caught by the right fielder. That's okay. We go bottom 11. Trout gave us the lead. Trout gave us that lead. Oh, Kenley, because it's the reason why we didn't have a closer is because Kenley's already on the mound. That makes sense. That makes sense. Well, we got a pop-up for Trevor Story, a flyout for Duran, and Weiler Abreu has struck out, so Kenley gets the job done, and we win the game. We come back in extras. Kenley gets the win. He pitched 3 innings. I don't like seeing my closer pitch 3 innings, but whatever. Shawnnell and Ward both hit home runs, and Trout obviously had the winning run with the double. And we have another game against the Red Sox, but it's Rafael Devers. And we beat them again. Okay, the Red Sox bad. I mean, they're 500. They're not great. And we're taking on the Mariners, and they're also not having a great season. We beat them so far. We're 26-37. That cannot be the worst in the league. League standings... If we go to the wild card, we are the worst team in the American League, at least. The Blue Jays are right there with us. What about in the National League? The Pirates have 19 wins. My God. We thought we were bad. At least we have we have 26. Pirates are god-awful. No wonder they're sellers at the deadline. All right, so Kirk early, we've got to 75%. He's starting to fall down on his future stats. Jason Dickinson looks really good. What about Muhammad Wilson? His potential is still very high. I'm going to keep these guys the same. There's some good pitching prospects in this draft. Travis d'Arnaud's at the plate. We lose the final game. Couldn't sweep them. All right, we're getting some big wins here. Still can't sweep anybody for some reason. We're just not that good enough. Who lost that game? It was Kenley who lost that one. Oh, Ian Anderson's back too. That's good. Taking on the Orioles. And Brian Baker. Bases loaded for Moniak? I mean, I feel like I got to try. It is hard to turn down the salami when it is on the table. 2 outs, top of the 9th. Bases are juiced. And Moniak sends it into shallow left center. Drop, please. No! Orioles win. Unfortunate. I do like the City Connect uniforms, though. They're pretty nice. Pretty clean. A single, a triple, and a double for Mike Trout. He was a home run away from the cycle. Pretty crazy. We get to another scouting day, and we've got 100% on all 3 of them. Perfect. Kirk Ely kind of cooled off a little bit. His potential is pretty decent. He might be a nice second-round pick. Jason Dickinson looks unbelievable. His straight out the gate present stats look really good. He throws absolute heat right out the gates. He's got a nice 4-pitch mix. I mean, he looks unbelievable. And then Mohamed Wilson, his potential is really, really good. He's going to be a project. He's a switch hitter, though. I like both of these two. Kirk Early doesn't look as good to me as he did previously. It's good that we scouted him. Who was that other guy that I was looking at? It wasn't Kirk Dorda, I don't think. It was Josh Garcia, that's right. Yeah, Josh Garcia was one. Let's take out Dickinson. And let's keep looking for some other guys that could be good. I feel like we already have a good amount of top starting pitcher prospects scouted. Unless I see another guy that's like unbelievable that we just have to scout, then I'll probably just stick to scouting hitting prospects. Orville Garcia, not really super interested. Ken Baker, why does nobody ever have any power? I'm just looking for somebody that's got crazy good power. Is that really that much to ask for? Jackie Newsom from Connecticut. Oh, here we go. Brendan Gerber. He's 5'8" though. We'll have to give him a growth spurt if I take him. But I definitely want to scout him because he's the only guy within a mile that has decent potential power. Let's start scouting by position because we certainly could use like a third baseman or something. We already looked at Eduardo Camacho. We haven't scouted him, but we already took a glance at him. Ken Baker we just looked at. Nick Good we scouted. He does look, no pun intended, he does look good. Jed Leach, Mike Price, he's also got some power, but he's 5'9". Why are these guys so small? Not every baseball player is that small. It looks like he's going to be the only guy with decent power, and who knows if his power is even going to be that decent. Miguel Batista. Wow, okay, maybe we take Miguel Batista. His potential looks horrible. There's no way these numbers can be accurate. We might scout him at the very, very end, but there's no way he's going to be that good. Who was I looking at? It was Mike Price. All right, these will be the 3 guys, the next 3 that we have. We only have a couple more weeks of scouting, so we will scout those 3 and keep on moving on. Mike Trout has shoulder tightness. He probably deserves a few days off. Bottom of the 8th, Yankees have the bases loaded. We're up by 2, and there's 2 outs. I haven't jumped in for a pitching moment, so I know with the bases loaded, it's a pretty tough situation, but let's try it. I did just realize that we're jumping in with a lot of road games. We haven't jumped into a single home game, I don't think, so far. Donovan Solano hitting .391 with runners in scoring position. Okay, I was kind of going to take him for granted a little bit, but we got to tighten up here. But he's 0-2. We're in a good spot. If we can catch him on the slide piece, it'll be good, and that is it. Kenley Jansen delivers. Solano strikes out with the bases loaded. Can we hold on for the victory? And we do. We get a big victory on the road in New York. Soler has a double for Joe Adele. And the Yankees didn't really do too much. Only 3 hits allowed. Kikuchi gets the win, 11 strikeouts for him. Raising his trade value. Lugo's no longer injured. We got a 4-game set against the Yankees, and we lose the next 3, because of course we do. Oh, God, our pitchers are so garbage. George Klassen is about to be ready to be reinstated, but he's still injured a little bit. We've taken 2 from the Astros, and the Brewers have offered me a trade. Our first trade offer of the year. Aaron Savale, who is a 29-year-old B potential 78 overall starting pitcher, who's 5-4 this year in 78 innings, 3.92 ERA, 1.46 WHIP, and a .9 WAR. His recent games, he just come off. No wonder they want to trade him. He's coming off of an 11.25 in 4 innings. He got shelled. What's his contract? He's got 1 year left, so it'd be half a year rental if we were to give up Rengifo, who also. So it's a rental for a rental. Do they need a second baseman? They've got Bryce Terang. Why would you want? No, you're stupid. Why would you want Rengifo when you have Bryce Terang, who's younger and a higher overall already? That's a stupid trade. I'm not going to do that. I wasn't going to do it anyway, but even with knowing that they don't need a second baseman, it makes it even stupider. Okay. We get to 70% on Brendan Gerber. His power is starting to drop, but at 70%, that's not bad. We'll keep looking on him. Ooh, Josh Garcia's opted out. Same thing with Gerber of the doctor exam. And he's actually doesn't look that good. All right, that's good to know. I'm probably going to take him off. There's other people we have to scout. Yeah, he did not look that good. What about if I go we know closing pitchers are going to be studs, right? They're usually studs. What about if I go like first baseman? We could always use a first baseman. Johnny Johnson, that's a great name. What about Vincent Pryor? He could be decent. Thomas Gorman, also 6'5". I might scout Thomas. And then Mike Price, we're only scouting him for the power potential. I think, should we keep Brendan Gerber on at 70%? Or do we know enough about him? I'm probably not going to draft him. I think I know enough about him. Let's scout somebody else. Maybe a left fielder. Pedro Silva, Wallace Bond, Brent Silva. None of these guys are any good at all. I mean, we are in the 100s for ranks. It looks like it's not a very deep left fielder class. The top left fielder is Julian Rosado. He doesn't look amazing. He looks good defensively. Pedro Silva, good speed, decent power. I'll put you in here. We'll figure out a little bit about you. And we sweep Houston. Finally, we get a sweep. That's probably our first sweep, as we have a chance for another sweep here. Bottom of the 8th, 1 out, and Chapman's on the mound. Another salami opportunity, and Kevin Newman's in the plate. What a horrible situation, but I'm going to jump in. It is, funnily enough, our first home appearance of the episode. But this is a bad situation to be in. Chapman on the mound. He still throws gas even in his advanced age. I could choose to bunt in this situation. That might be a little risky, though. Kevin Newman's just not known for hitting a lot. Especially when I'm in control of him. 234, though, is not horrible. It's not great. Newman puts that into the outfield, but it curves and hooks into foul territory. I thought we might have had a chance there. Luckily, left field has a little bit of a short porch. So if Newman connects with one, he could send this over the wall. I doubt that's going to happen, but there's always that potential. 0-2 count. Chapman, is he going to give me some cheese? You going to give me that stinkiest? Oh, lean into that. That gets a run home, Newman. If you just stay right where you are, oh, you take that and we get a run in. He hits a run in. Instead, I strike out. Oh, why did you move? Sonny Gray's dominating the National League right now. It's not something I would have expected. Nolan Schonnell with 2 outs and the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 8th. Can he do some damage? Yes, he can. That is a run scored on a single. And the Angels had the lead 3-2 against the Sox. Big one from Nolan. Big one. And he's pumped. He's pumped. I love it. Love to see it. That brings up Luis Rengifo. He might have heard us in potential trade talks with the Brewers. Maybe he's angry. That's going to go up. Chapman stops it with his glove. I can't believe it. That's an RBI single if Chapman doesn't hit it with his glove. Unlucky from Rengifo. But Schonnell does his job and gets the RBI. And we lose. Oh, we got 3 in the 10th. They were able to tie it in the 9th, and then they scored 3 in the top of the 10th. That is Angel baseball for you. 2 for 5 for Neto, 2 for 5 for Schonel. And Kenley Jansen seems to be a prominent name in this episode. He loses that game. We are coming up on the end of June, though. Simulate this game. I'm not going to jump in for this one. Nationals beat us. And we've got Alexis Diaz is in Washington. Okay. And we have a bases loaded situation. It's hard to pass up bases loaded. I think I'm going to try it. You know it's hard for me to pass up the salami. I can't do it. Bottom 8, 2 outs, at home, Travis d'Arnaud. He puts one into the air. That's got some carry to it. Not enough. And it'll be the out. Is that James Wood out there? He could be a potential Angel at some point. That's the goal. And Nationals hold on to win. Good for them. Shinsuke? Is that how you pronounce that? Shinsuke? Ogasawara? I struggle with Japanese names. I apologize. All right. Klassen's finally back. He's been out for forever. And then we finally get to another scouting day. 13 days for the draft. We will do the draft in today's episode. That'll be the final thing we do. We've gotten these guys up to about 35 or 40%. Looks like these are going to be the final guys that we scout. Pedro Silva just doesn't look that good. Mike Price probably has decent potential. Thomas Gorman lost all that power. I think we'll take these guys out and look for somebody else, I think. That's probably for the best. Orville Garcia, we looked at him. Freddie Sarayan. Jeffrey Charles. Charlie Hurt. Shortstops. This guy's the number 1 guy. Brian Zavala. We looked at him already. We only got him to 80% because I wasn't too pleased with him. Eduardo Camacho. I'm going to put Eduardo Camacho in there because I got to know. I got to know if he's worth taking. I mean, he's the top draft pick. We got to know. I mean, we have the 2nd pick, so we might as well do our due diligence. Lester Gordon, Carlo Trujillo. Looks like he could be decent at the plate. Jackie Newsom we looked at. Armando Guerrero. Brad Kelso. I don't think we're going to be finding anybody that's too amazing this late. Vincent Pryor at first base might not be bad. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Martin Bravo. Mackenzie Kazarian. Looks like he's a decent hitter. This dude is wild. Quentin Swigum? Is that his name? Guillermo Montoya. What a name that is. Thomas Gorman. Antonio Cabrera. Alexis DVR. I kind of liked... Who was it? Mackenzie Kazarian. I kind of liked him. So we'll scout him, and then we'll take Mike Price out, and we'll look for a possible... I mean, do we really need to look for relief pitching? Maybe. I'll put Sal Orr on there, I guess. I guess it wouldn't hurt. And can we sweep the Nationals? Simulate that game? No, they beat us. Sweep the Nationals. We got swept by the Nationals, is what I meant to say. When was our last sweep? So we swept the Marlins in May, at the end of May. But before that, we hadn't swept a team since the Cardinals at the beginning of the season. We swept them. So that's 1 sweep. 2 sweeps with the Marlins. And then 3 sweeps with the Astros. That is just 3 sweeps in 3 months is not ideal. But we're a bad baseball team. What do you expect? We enter July. The draft is officially 11 days away. That is where we will end the video. Joe Adell has torn his groin. It's a good thing I wasn't thinking about trading him. Or at least he was at the bottom of the list. He's out for basically the season. Luis Robert has been traded from the Sox to the Reds. My favorite team in real life. Wow. And the Reds give up 3 prospects. Chase Petty, Cam Collier, and Sal Stewart. All who are promising young players. The White Sox go for broke and try to get they try to get younger and try to get potentially better. And the Reds are going all in, I guess, now. Luis Robert. Dakota Hudson hurt. And we are at our final scouting assignment of the year. Do we just go with these guys? Probably. That's probably what we do. Mackenzie Kazarian's not going to be as good. Eduardo Camacho, I need to know a little bit more about him. So let's just finalize that, and that'll be what we end up with. We do sweep the Blue Jays, though. Yoan Moncada is about to come off the injury list in about 5 to 6 months. Dakota Hudson, all right, yada, yada, yada. Draft day is in 1 day. Another trade. Lucas Erceg, who is a relief pitcher, traded from the Royals to the Mets for Ryan Clifford and Jesus Baez. Or Jesus Baez. It is draft day, ladies and gentlemen. Go to the 2025 first-year player draft. We have the 2nd overall pick, so we have to make this count. Okay. So, guys that I am interested in. Isley Perez is probably my top that I'm interested in, so we're going to add him to the board, absolutely. Who was the other guy that I was interested in? We ended up getting to 75% on Eduardo Camacho. He doesn't look half bad. I'm going to be honest. He doesn't look half bad. Brian Zavala, just not that interested. Jason Dickinson was the other guy. I am heavily interested in him, but there's no way he makes it to the 2nd round. There's just no way. Josh Garcia is not super interesting. Joaquin Bonilla does look pretty good. I'm intrigued by him. Muhammad Wilson, again, he's a draft and stash kind of. He's a project. He's not ranked in Major League Baseball, which means we might be able to get him for a steal. I'm going to put him on the board just so we can keep a track of him. He might be a steal. Keith Westbrook just doesn't look amazing right out the gates. Kirk Early, we scouted, he didn't impress me. Nick Good, he's fine. He's just, like I said earlier, he looks good. Just doesn't look amazing. Danny Perez, we got up to 80% on him. Pedro Silva. Brendan Gerber didn't look great. Mike Price, we just scouted for the power. He's probably going to have decent power. I only got to 35% on him, though. Mackenzie Kazarian didn't impress me. And Sal Orr, we didn't really scout too much, but he's a relief pitcher. He's going to be okay. And then Thomas Gorman again. Okay, so we've got our top guys. These are the guys that I'm heavily interested in. But I'll put the rest of the guys on the board just so we keep a track of everybody. See where everybody's going. And if somebody's been picked already. But those top guys are who I am absolutely heavily interested in. I think Isley Perez is going to be my guy. He just looks too good to pass up on. I just hope that the Nationals don't take him at number 1. That'd be very upsetting because I don't have a backup plan. I can't pivot anywhere if he gets taken. The first 6 picks of the MLB draft have been set via the new MLB draft. It's not really new anymore. The lottery participants were all teams that did not qualify. Oh, that's going to be us next year. Don't worry. Throughout the draft, the live ticker, yeah, we know. When your team is on the clock, you have 4 minutes to draft. Consider bonus demands and motivation levels. Probably. If you run out of this, can you tell this is the first time I've drafted this year? If you run out of time on the clock, top player that can draft you will be drafted. I think that's happened to me before, hasn't it? All right, but we got the number 2 pick. Nationals are up first. Please do not take Isley. It could be a position player. Do not be Isley. It's Brad Kelso. Wasn't even on our radar. He's ranked number 54. They must know something we don't. I think I looked at him too, but I didn't scout him. Wow, they must have scouted him obviously and known more about. He must be pretty good if he's going to take number 1 overall. But we have the pick of the litter, and I think it's going to be Isley Cordero or Isley Perez. Not Cordero. I was looking at Felix Cordero. This guy Brian Zavala is the consensus number 1? Not for me. It is going to be Isley Perez. He just looks decent. I gotta take him. We're gonna draft him number 2 overall. I hope I'm saying his name right. It could be Isley Perez. I don't know. And there he is. Our first ever draft pick in Angels franchise. He's here. I just hope I didn't miss because that would be very unfortunate. I've missed a lot in my history of drafting in these games. So I just hope I didn't miss this time. Number 3 pick, he's got a beard. Who is it? The third pick is Keith Westbrook, the catcher who we looked at. That's okay. I'm not mad at that. He didn't blow me away. I'm not mad at that at all. All right. There's no way that Jason Dickinson makes it to the second round. If he did, I might explode because that would be unbelievably good. Kurt Dorta goes next. Do I just skip? I might just skip because we can't trade or anything. So what's the harm in just skipping? He's gotten taken. Muhammad Wilson is available. How far did he make it? He only made the 13. Yeah. He looks too good to pass up on. I'm not surprised the Giants took him. And he goes to the rookie, and Eduardo Camacho got around, and not surprised. Thomas Morgan got taken a lot higher than I would have taken him. He did not look good. Poor Pirates. You're still going to suck, aren't you? But he didn't look good. I left Joaquin, and yeah, he was pretty impressive. The rest of the guys we didn't really take a look at. Brandon Herbert did not look that good. Felix Cordero, I would have probably considered him for the potential alone. And obviously, we didn't look at Garcia as much. Nick Good got around. Kurt Hurley. Alright, so, none of the guys Danny Frank got taken the pick before. That might have been a pick. But here we are in the second round. Who do I take? I can't take Muhammad Wilson, can I? He's not a second round guy. He's more like a third or fourth round type of guy. I just don't think he's going to be there third or fourth round. I think I'm going to take... I can't take Mackenzie Kazarian, can I? That seems wrong to take Mackenzie Kazarian. He doesn't look that good. He doesn't look bad. I don't really have any other options, I don't think. I'm not going to take a flyer on a guy that I haven't scouted yet in the second round. That seems a little stupid. But I can't rationalize taking him this early. Even though his potential has a chance to be unbelievably good, I can't take him in the second round. He's going to be too long of an overall to be taken in the second round. I think I'm going to take Mackenzie Kazarian, who also has a chance to be very low overall. But Mackenzie Kazarian is my... Why did we switch jerseys? Why are we now retro? Mackenzie Kazarian is now my pick. He has a secondary position at left and right field. He did not look that fast. I don't know why he would be secondary position. Yeah, he's not fast at all. He's never going to play outfield for me. But he's my second round pick. There's no way that Muhammad Wilson makes it to our next pick. There's just no way. He should. He doesn't. Where did he get taken? Muhammad Wilson got taken 61 by the Phillies. Maybe I should have taken him at 43. I can't justify. He didn't look that good. And Josh Garcia is the next guy that we have on the board. We might as well grab him. We don't have any other options of guys that we have scouted, or at least guys that I put on the board. So we'll take Josh Garcia. Hope he's decent. And now we're flying by the seat of our pants. We take guys based purely on vibes. Dwayne Stockton might not be a bad guy, but he's going to be super low overall. So it might not be worth it. Johnny Weller, we did get up to 10%, so at least we have a little bit of knowledge about him. But his potential is not great. Douglas Ruiz, there's no way he's going to be that good. He's 5'8". Antonio Cabrera, okay. 5% on Antonio Cabrera. He's another first baseman, though. I'm not super into taking 2 first basemen, but he might be our best option here. Dan Martin, good contact hitter. We always could use a contact hitter. Maybe a leadoff guy. Does he have potential speed? He's got 68 to 92, so it's not like burning speed. We only have a couple of seconds to pick. I'm going to take Dan Martin. No, draft him. Woo, that was close. I don't think Dan Martin's going to be that good, but he's got decent potential contact. View the next prospect. Juan Zambrano's available. Barton Napek? I don't know how to say that name. Johnny Hagan, Philip Sato, Christopher Chavez. These guys. We knew we were picking at the bottom of the barrel, but this is not ideal. There's nobody here that's going to be good, is there? David McAlpin has a chance to be decent. Vinny Gaspar. I think we just got to take a guy with at least decent potential to give us a chance. It might have to... this guy's going to be so bad of an overall. I don't want to take him. He's just going to be such a project. but I don't really have any options, do I? I'll take Jimmy Boggs. Jimmy Boggs, relief pitcher. This is where we get into trouble, isn't it? This is where we get into trouble. Drafting these guys, they're not going to be that good. Who's our next pick? Joaquim Samuel. Luis Velasquez. Marshall Lake. That's a great name. He's pretty fast. It's all relief pitchers and like middle infield. These guys are just so bad. But I'm picking at 170. It's my final pick. I kind of like that Marshall Lake guy just for his name. And he's got potential good speed. We'll take Marshall Lake. He's not going to be any good, but we take him. That was really a one-player draft. Once Dickinson got taken, it was really only going to ever be a one-player draft because of the fact, hey, Mike Trout's got right fielder votes for All-Star. That's good. It was solely for the fact that Isley Perez was there. I might call him Eiley. Where's he from? I'll have to take a look at where he's from. If he's from a foreign country, like the Dominican or something, then we'll call him Eiley, but I don't know. I think I like the pick. I like Perez, but we were never going to get Dickinson, unfortunately. And Muhammad Wills. I wish I would have got Muhammad, man. Phillies, you suck. Suck. Okay, so we are at the trade deadline, or we at the All-Star break. We will do that, plus the trade deadline and signing draft picks, all in the next episode. It's going to be a massive one. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, though. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.